it, fresh copy, you will forget. You will be talking somewhere else, suddenly you paste it again, the same information will repetitively will come. I have identified in one thesis, when I corrected, almost 23 pages a particular researcher have repeated in another section, because the same thing what he has mentioned in the first chapter, I have identified the same element in the 6th chapter, because he has quoted and somehow wrongly he has copied and he has never understood that copy. But when I read for the language correction, I could smell it, something is fishy. Then I identified that is no way it is matching that particular place. So actually that was not intentional mistake. He carelessly cut, copy, paste, he made a mistake. So you have to be very careful when you use notes and other stuff. Be careful that when you paste it carefully, and because of the careless thing, it will create a problem. So when you use these 7 tips, to a certain extent, absolutely, it will help you to avoid plagiarism. This is what the anti-plagiarism checklist. Whenever after you write a paper, just you check, use this checklist. First one, you have only directly quoted the few sentences that are so unique or technically worded that you need to use them intact. Whenever you want to use the direct quotation, make sure that it is unique line. That's why you use direct quotation. Otherwise, you paraphrase. All direct quotations are enclosed in the vertical quotation marks. That's very important. Second thing. Let me take the highlighter. Third thing, when paraphrasing, you have translated the original into your own words using your own sentence structure, and you have correctly cited the source. You have to ensure it. Fourth one, you understand that if you have summarized a section of a material, you still need to provide a citation. That I already told you. Even though you have summarized the entire section in only 3 lines, again you need to provide a citation. Fifth one, you have to make sure that you haven't mistaken material that should be documented for a common knowledge. You may mistakenly missed to cite it, mistaking that it is a common knowledge. So you have to ensure that whether it is a common knowledge, what I mean by universal truth, and certain basic stuff. And you ensure that it is not a common knowledge means you have to make sure you have the references. And 7th one, you have made sure that your paper isn't a patchwork of other people's ideas strung together with a few transitions. That's what it's a major problem. I think now you will not do that. And another 8th important thing, you have to proofread, not for language correction. Proofread for plagiarism correction. What are the areas you have borrowed ideas from the other paper? Ensure that you have a proper quotation or a citation or a paraphrase, and you need to check once again, especially if a certain idea which you have discussed in the paper is not yours. Kindly make sure that either references are added or a citation are added or something. It is not you have given due credit to the original author. So when you have this 8 checklist with you, and you will be able to come out of the plagiarism. Got it? Now let me tell you certain tools to avoid plagiarism. I'm going to suggest 1 or 2. There are so many websites. These are the best plagiarism checker tools. DupliChecker, plagiarismcheck.org, check for plagiarism, all these things are free tools. But what happens, but I would recommend only this one because I tried this. It works very well, DupliChecker.com. And if you go there, you will be able to feed the text and you will be able to download. The one thing is, not only to DupliChecker, any plagiarism online tool, it will have the restriction of the word limit, probably 10,000 words. Sometimes they'll have only 1,000 words or 2,000 words. So accordingly, you have to accept, you have to feed your data into that particular thing only with that word limit. Second thing, you can see these tools can be used to check your entire thesis to a certain extent. It may not give you the appropriate result, but as a beginner level, it will give you certain confidence. Before you go for original plagiarism checking, you can use these tools to reduce the plagiarism to a certain extent. So next thing, the problem is when certain things are, for example, here I think it's a typing mistake. The tool accepts only 10,000 words. Means your entire thesis goes for 1,00,000 words. You can take 10,000 words, so you can feed it, you can check it out. In case it accepts only 1,000 words, you copy only 1,000 word limit, then you feed it, and you will be able to check whether it is plagiarism. You will be able to get the plagiarism. But the problem is, this may not give you the 100% correct plagiarism report, all the free tools. But only when you go to the Turnitin and other university-owned software will give you exact the plagiarism report. But these things, only for the basic level work, you can use it. And you will be able to download the report. In the report, you understand what are the things normally you get plagiarism. So when you do the similar thing in the next paper, be careful. Those things, either you need to paraphrase it properly, or you need to change the sentence structure, or something which will be, that will give you a good input for you to make to change it. And whenever you got the plagiarism report, generally the first easy option to avoid is you have to paraphrase it. In case it says that this is a plagiarism, 3-line is plagiarism, it shows it's a plagiarized thing. You take it, make sure that the 3-line, the original source must be added in the reference. Then you change it to just try to paraphrase in your own word. Then that will not become a plagiarism. And for the last one is, do not rely on only one. Better check more than one or two tools also you can check. But sometimes you have to be very careful and don't have a 100% confidence that I have tested in the online tool. So it shows only less than 10% plagiarism. Can I go ahead? No. That's what I already told you. It has its own limitation. But only when you go for the paid premium software, it will give you the entire features. There you can rely on Turnitin and other thing you will be able to rely on. Otherwise, for the basic level, it will help you to, for example, assume that 60% it will help you to remove the plagiarism. Remaining 40% original software only can help. This is how generally how it works. Once you open the duplicchecker.com, the box will come. You can, only 10,000 word limit. So you can choose the file or straight away copy and paste it here. You can paste it. Once you paste this thing, the next thing there will be option. Once you give the process, it will take some time to process it. Then the results will come. Look at there. I purposely did the previous paragraph. I have copied from the internet. It says that 60% plagiarism, 40% unique. So what I need to do now, I have to work for the 60% plagiarized content. I need to change. What do you call? I have to make it unique, like it is not plagiarized. For that, only option is what you call paraphrasing. And this results will tell you, once you will download the plagiarism report, it will tell you exactly from which particular site, which particular journal you have taken the material also. So that it means 25% I have taken the material from this particular website. Another 25% from here. In that way, you'll be able to understand. So you have to make sure that that particular portion you need to rewrite it. Because see, whenever you get the plagiarism report, after downloading it, understand exactly how it works, what are the areas generally you get plagiarism, what are the areas you need to improve. For example, you have written literature review section, you have paraphrased many things, but it doesn't show paraphrasing means you have done a wonderful job in that literature review section. In case in the analysis section, you get more, the plagiarism because of the repetitive usage of the words and sentences. Then try to change. For example, this research says, this research says, this research says. If you use 5 times, automatically it will say that plagiarism. So those phrases you have to rearrange, you have to rephrase it, and if you do that thing, you'll be able to come out of the plagiarism. And the second time, once you taking the downloading the report, after correction, you will go for the second uploading the paper, check the plagiarism, understand how your strategies to reduce the plagiarism works. For example, initially it was 60%, now you have changed, now you get only 20%, means very good, 40% you have reduced. Again, understand why still that 20% comes, go to that particular thing in detail, work again, then you'll be able to understand what you need to change, and you will be able to come out of that. Sometime you will not be able to handle these things. You require the expert guidelines, language teacher guidelines. You need to talk to a guide, and you have to tell him this is the process, even though it's a original process. It plagiarism means, and guide may help you to tell how to change it, a certain methodology. Accordingly, you'll be able to change, and you can then you can submit it, and it will come with a reduced plagiarism. And some of the plagiarism software, it will do the automatic paraphrasing also. But the problem is, look at that here. This is the original and rewritten script. This is the original script. The system automatically rewritten the script because to avoid the plagiarism. But you can do the grammar check also. But the problem is this automated rewriting you cannot rely on. It will change the entire meaning. So in case you do the automated rewriting option and you check line by line, and you ensure that after the changing this particular rewriting, auto rewriting, it has not distorted the meaning of your original sentence, then you retain it. In case if it has distorted, you what you call discard that sentence. So you can have this option you enabled, you can use it, but you have to go and read line by line, understand that the original meaning has not been lost. Okay, with this, let me wind up. Thank you very much. I think I have given a sufficient thing. I guess these are the references I have used to make this presentation. Let me stop presentation. Then if you have a question, you can ask me.
Sir, can you please show the other error checking, that is plagiarism checking websites list? You have shown the last one.
Yeah,
in
I'll
one
do that.
slide we saw a collection.
Yeah, I'll do. Yeah, these are the tools you can take. And some other, how to paraphrase, how to do a literature review, all these things. I have a lot of videos in my YouTube channel also. Probably I'll share my channel link in the chat box. You can subscribe and you'll be able to watch, because all my videos will be very short, less than 10 minutes. It will be very easy to follow. And you can check certainly, because I cannot explain the paraphrasing techniques here. That's why I have simply said paraphrasing, but that's a separate technique, and especially how to write the methodology section and other introductory section. All those things are there in my video, and you can check it up. And let me share one more thing also. In the entire research methodology, the complete list of videos, almost 55 plus videos are there. Let me share you those link. Also, you'll be able to just to go to my website. You'll be able to, the option comes to download that list. Let me share my website link in the chat box. Just to go to drvraj.com, and there will be a scrolling. Download the research video. Just you will be able to download it. I'll show you that how to download those things also. Yeah, in the meantime, if you have a question, you can post in the chat box.
Sir, if you permit, I want a small discussion, 1 minute discussion about why we are still following, see, in 2021, we are still following an old method of giving some 3 to 4 pages of references and related discussions, which do not actually, if the person is doing research in that field, he might very well know the basics. The introduction session fully we have to write, that is fully basics. 2 pages we have to write. Then the related theory we have to write. I am from engineering stream, sir. We have to write. So why are we not following some advanced version of journal writing techniques? Like why are we not migrating to next level? Like whatever we want to say, we can just crisply say that and go.
Yeah, it's a wonderful, beautiful question. For that first thing, each journal, they have their own style of references. Sometimes the journal, they may reject your paper for having less references also. That's one thing. That's why we need to have some minimum number of references to write any journal paper. And second thing, that references also, it is clearly specified by certain journal. You have to go with the minimum number of that particular journal, number 1. Number 2, when you go with the high quality writing, the problem is very simple. Our research is not of that quality. So when you are compromised with the quality of research, you have to rely on more secondary sources, especially when you want to write the papers with more than 10,000 words and all. You will not be able to make more pages. So that time they'll add more reviews in the literature review column. So that instead of the word limited, they'll be able to write only 10,000 words, and they need to extend it. So that time they'll be adding more references, more kind of cross references. That's one choice, because of the scarcity of the idea and the scarcity of the information they are unable to provide. That's why they'll use more references. But these things can be sorted out once you become a seasoned researcher and experienced researcher. You'll be able to handle it only the required reference. For example, you require only 15 references, you will be able to do that thing. And if you take why the foreign research people are able to do that, because their interpretation is too dense. Our interpretation is too shallow. That's the main reason. That's why we'll try to pump in so much of information in one paper. But whereas the expert people, they'll take one simple problem, they'll do a multiple dimension of the particular research issue in the writing. But whereas that is lacking in India, reason is it's not only our own problem, it's because the entire quality of publication has to go up, and then only these things can be avoided.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Yeah, any other questions? Yeah, this is the one. This is what my YouTube channel. Just let me tell you how will you able to access the research related video. Now, just to go to the playlist. In the playlist, there are so many stuff, but you can check only the English research video playlist. Look at that in this playlist. Just go to the English research video playlist. I have papers, videos on how to write a research paper, paraphrase, and literature review. All sorts of things are available. Just you can go to this particular playlist and you'll be able to watch it clearly. And the entire thing I have compiled as a list of videos also. Once you go to the drviraj.com, like I am showing, you go to this download button. If you click this download, the entire list of videos.
Sir, that video is not shown. That screen is not shown here. Only the PPT screen is being presented.
Oh, okay. Just let me stop sharing. Then again, I need to share again, I guess. Yes, let me share again. Yeah. So this one is the YouTube channel. Once you go to normally when you go to the channel, you'll have a playlist, and in the playlist, just you go it, and the English playlist, obviously you'll get all these how to write a research paper and entire thing. Let me open that English playlist. Research videos in English, just if you click it, you will get the entire list like this. Are you able to see that?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
So once you open it, it will come all the list. It will appear here because it's taking time to load. You can do that. And for your convenience, in case here it will not be added. And once you go to my website, that's drviraj.com. Here, download list of 50 plus research videos. Just you click this download button, and it will be download. It will download like an Excel sheet. So in that Excel sheet, everything will be there. I will show you that Excel sheet also. So just I'm opening it, and I have categorized based on for example, it will start from steps before starting taking the research, and how to conduct literature review, write introduction, write research problem, research method, and everything will be based on the different segment I have categorized, and you may find it useful. Especially, this will be very useful to the new researchers, experienced researchers. They will be knowing everything. This will be very useful to those if you are starting the research, you are in the beginning level, then it will help you a lot. Okay. Yeah. Any other questions? Yeah.
One last question, sir. While writing the books, some other person Some other person has also asked
Yes.
the question, sir. While writing the books, how come on the same topic we see 50 authors writing the same book? How come the plagiarism concept doesn't apply there?
Yeah, because normally when you publish the book except the Routledge, Cambridge, Oxford University Press, such international press, all other local presses, they don't publish the book in the online. So simply even it will be available in the online. You'll be able to order it. You can purchase the book, but the entire content is not uploaded in the online, so that they'll never know that whether it is a plagiarized content or not. That's the reason you have the same on the same title, different authors are there, because there is no common platform to upload the book. See, all our thesis and the research paper, there is a platform. See, either you publish in a journal or you submit a thesis to university. That university will publish in a Sodhganga and some other different platform. So obviously it will be known to everybody. But whereas these books, it is individual entity. You can write your paper. It happens. Somebody can copy your entire book content. I assume that I have published a book in Chennai, and somebody can take my entire book and they change everything. They can publish in Rajasthan. How do I know that my book is used in Rajasthan? Because you have only option to check the plagiarism through the online mode. But when it is not uploaded in the online, there is no chance to check it. That's the reason the books are coming with the same thing. And in the books, somebody asked the question whether you need to follow the thing. Yes. When you want to publish the book also, please make sure that you are following the same pattern. And that's why, see, whenever you publish a book with Routledge and other things and all, it will take minimum 2 years to complete the project, because it is such a kind of serious steps will be there, and every chapter is reviewed, everything is checked for the plagiarism in that way. But local publisher, they may not worry. You can, if you submit something, they'll publish. But if you want to go with a high quality publication, the same process has to be followed. This is the list you will be able to download once you go to that website. Look at that. See, I have arranged in that neat order. So simply, if you click that link, it will go to that particular citation. Even I talked about AP and MLA and error correction, how to avoid grammatical errors, and the general how to proofread everything. This is the live channel. I will keep posting every week, minimum 2 videos. So whenever I post it, in case if you have subscribed, you will get a notification. You can watch, and even about the Scopus publication latest. What are the journals removed latest to June 2021 from the Scopus? And what are the new journals they have added? Also, I have not done a video, and you can watch it. Let me check. Is there any other question? Please suggest best free plagiarism checker. Actually, Hamalada asked a question. That's same thing. That's what. If you ask me, I would say that only that duplicate checker in my level I have seen it's comparatively better. But free plagiarism checker may not 100%. You cannot rely on this. Absolutely, have to go with one paid version. Turnitin. Library, probably if you are in a university, your library may have it. You can submit to them. They may check and give it to you. But before go for the original checking, you can use all these tools. Yeah. Okay. Shall we plagiarize the scenes from the other books? For example, romantic scenes and the other words that cause same impact from those books. See, Phoenix actually, yeah, that's what you can. When you take the idea from the other book, you cite them, simple. See, when you fail to give the credit to them, then only to become plagiarism. In case, see, if you take our English, in case you take the part to English, there may be some books for the reading. Even I have also published a book called Reading Skills for the Beginners. For that, what I did, all the articles, for example, there will be a detailed article. That article I have taken from the newspaper or magazine, but under that article I have given source, the article source particular page, maybe means in the paper which particular day. But all the activities and how that particular thing should be read and other things I have written on my own. So, but under that article, underneath of the article, you need to give the source. That type of thing you can go ahead. But the entire book you can't go ahead with that type of thing. Okay, Gomati asked, though we have lots of plagiarism checker, each one gives different result, which one will give correct result? That's what. See, in the list of things which I have shown today, I have compared the plagiarism report results. the duplicate checker, I find it comparatively better than the rest. That's what you can't definitely rely on these things. Basic level you will rely, and then you have to go with, for example, you are doing research in Bharatiyar University. Only the university library, Ubuntu, I think, Ubuntu software, that is a final thing. You have to check there. Otherwise, is there any other person, when you pay it, they'll be able to check and give you the report, you can do that thing. That's the only option, nothing else can be done. So basic level, you can correct these things with these software. Yeah, YouTube link. Yeah, let me give again. Yeah, somebody asked me the YouTube channel link. Yeah, I have pasted the link. Thank you very much. If there are no questions, I think we can give it to the other people. And let me share my email ID in case you require any help. You can reach me. rscurrent2003@gmail.com. And let me share my mobile number also in case you can reach me if you want. Yeah. Thank you for your positive feedback. I think the people are saying that it is useful. Thank you very much, because all these things came from my experience. We don't read anything, just what I do, just I have given to you. Thank you very much. Over to you, the organizers. Yeah. Can we wind up, or do you have any other things to say?
Thank you so much, sir, for your wonderful presentation on the importance of research and given tips for how to avoid a plagiarism. Now I call upon Mr. S. Gogulnathan, sir, Assistant Professor of School of Commerce with CAPIT, to deliver a vote of thanks.
Good afternoon to all. It's my privilege and honor to propose vote of thanks on this knowledgeable international faculty development program on topic how to avoid plagiarism. On behalf of IQAC and Institutional Innovation Council, I extend my sincere and hearty thanks to the hero of the day, our esteemed guest, Dr. V. Rajasekharan sir, for accepting our invitation and make this day a memorable one. You made this section very interesting. We are all inspired by your great words, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
I express my deep sense of thanks to our beloved principal, Dr. N. Uthmani ma'am, for her entire support and guidance to us. Thank you, ma'am. And I would like to thank organizing committee for organizing such a wonderful program of the day. And I would like to extend my heartfelt thanks to my dear faculty friends and the participants from various institutions for your patience and active listening. Once again, I thank you all for your coordinated cooperation. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. We will wind up, sir, now. Thank you, participants. Let us meet again tomorrow with new guest with new learnings. Thank you.